joining us today for a special guest appearance on Friday. She usually joins us on Women Wednesday, but she's back for an encore performance today on Freaky Friday. Zen Sam's north of the border in Canada. She's a model, an actress, a philanthropist, a super mom, and one of the people that keeps me and Frankie up to speed with what's happening, what's cool in our culture. Hey Zen, welcome back.
Hello John, how are you? I love the hat. I love the laid back feel.
Yeah, I'm trying to go casual for Fridays. Zen, obviously this is a PG rated show, but we have some adult things to talk about here. Okay, we had an expert in tantric sex on the other day talking about how, people can stay sane. She went a little outside the boundaries of a family show. So with these topics, let's just keep in mind.
She was fine. She was fine. These people
she was fantastic, but it was, daytime family programming. A lot of kids are home. So Zen, first and foremost, you're married, so you're not doing this. You've done a lot of research for us on what's happening. It's actually, the coronavirus is actually transforming online dating. And
it is.
What's happening here?
Well, the big question is how is it transforming online dating and how is it transforming sex, right? So the fact that these quarantines and lockdowns are forcing us to relearn how to date and basically figure out how to have sex without touching is a huge question on everybody's mind. And dating apps are struggling. After all, the whole point of dating is to physically meet someone, right? And there's a company called Match, and that's the company behind online dating giants Tinder and OkCupid. They have seen stocks tumble 25%, and they had to balance the public health with, all these mission statements. And now the dating app Bumble was far more explicit. They basically said, please date virtually for now. So what does that mean? So the question is, what does virtual dating really mean now? And I've consulted with some of my model friends, and a lot of them are top models, celebrity actor friends who are single, moms in the tri-state area that are suburb moms with kids. Everybody across the board, whether they are single parents, whether they are parents that have just recently divorced and going back into the game. One way to do it is by reinventing the speed date. And this is quite interesting. So the app Coffee Meets Bagel, there's actually an app called Coffee Meets Bagel. They've begun hosting virtual meetups for 10 to 15 members at a time, consisting of a video call moderated by a company rep. And a participant who's interested in another one can email the rep. And if two people feel sparked, the rep connects them. So coronavirus is also upending the rules of dating in this digital age. Because I don't know about you, but pre-coronavirus, texting someone to set up a date was fine. But calling a person, let alone video chat before a date, was creepy, right? I mean, like if somebody hits you up and they're like, come on, let's video chat before our date, you'd be like, yeah, I don't think so. So not anymore. And that's a fact. By the end of March, apps like JWed and Bumble pushed its video chat and voice features, allowing users to talk to a date without breaking shelter-in-place mandates. So the video calls serve as what some singles term as the vibe check, and allowing them to basically gauge the chemistry in a context beyond the text banter of back and forth. Now, the bigger question, John, is what about sex at a distance? Everybody's trying to figure this one out because it's pretty complicated. So people are trying out the newest sex gadgets, visiting virtual reality strip clubs, attending Zoom sex parties. And even searching Pornhub for very specific porn.
Check out let's not get into the specific porns. I know, I understand, but we're trying to make headway with a new audience here. I don't want them to get frustrated with me. Frank, are you upping?
John,
Frankie, are you upping your game?
Well, am I what?
Are you upping your game in this adult department?
I'm not, because I had the foresight to get married right before this lockdown. So I actually get to, date someone in person and have, intimate relationships with somebody that's not virtual. But I will say that, first of all, John, if the audience gets frustrated with you, it's not going to be for this. Trust me. I've got a long list of things they're going to get frustrated with you before this. Second, Zen, I don't know if you ever saw the movie, and I know you're an actress, and I'm curious how this whole pandemic and forcing everyone at home has affected the film that you're out now, that you're in now, The Banker. And if there's time, I'd love to ask you about that. But there's a film about 24 years old called Demolition Man. And it's amazing how prescient that film is, because it shows the future, 30, 40, 50 years in the future. I don't remember what it was. And in every restaurant is Taco Bell. Obviously, if that was taking place in reality, every establishment would be Amazon. But they have virtual sex, even among couples. They don't have a fluid exchange at all because of germs. So they actually were very much ahead of the game. It sounds very crummy, this whole situation. I am curious, not necessarily about sex or dating, but about meeting someone. In places like Florida, Georgia, they're starting to open up restaurants, in Wisconsin, but mostly with diminished capacity. Years ago, or even months ago, if you'd meet someone at a bar and you guys hit it off, maybe you'd go for a walk, maybe you'd try and hold his or her hand. What is the move now? Let's say you meet a girl at a bar and you guys have a great deal of chemistry. What are you supposed to say? Are you supposed to say, "Can I text you something warm"? I mean, it's so silly, I think.
I know it's so silly, but this is going to force people to have to reconnect emotionally before they connect physically, which is an interesting perspective, because especially in the tri-state area, it's especially in New York City, everyone's very physical. And the first attempt is, oh, do we have a physical connection? Is there chemistry? And that's extremely important. But what people will start to realize, and married couples know this all the time, that emotional connections are far more important than physical connections. And those emotional connections, if you find them early on, could be a very nice platform for a long-lasting relationship versus just jumping in the sack with somebody. There's a lot of complexities involved, but I do think that the dynamic is going to change drastically going forward for everybody.
Well, this puts someone like John at a disadvantage because he's yet to emotionally connect with anybody.
John?
I'm not a great connector right now. I'm trying to spend this time and connect with myself a little bit, and that's been going okay.
Family show, John, family show.
No, that's what I'm saying. I've been trying to reconnect with myself and my different personalities before I can even think about adding another person into this.
Well, they say you can go blind from that. Just be careful.
Well, John, there's a sex toy retailer company called Unbound Babes, and they struggle to meet demand because many sex toys are made in China, which means that the supply chain was badly hit. And they raced to fill orders.
There's a shortage. There's a shortage. Wow. All right.
Yeah,
well,
they raced to fill orders for multi-packs of condoms, which were
I feel like they should be prioritizing PPE right now over this stuff. That at least, let's stick in the PPP department.
Oh, people are definitely stockpiling and anticipating things will take a while, and the sex toy industry is booming.
Yeah, well, let's hope something continues. Zen, now that you know how to share, do you think
I always knew how to share. I just had to do the watch party.
You did the watch party for us. She's the best.
No, I'm testing it out. I have two pages. I have a fan page, and then I have my page of friends and family. And, the bulk of my followers are on Instagram. That's where it's over, 34,000.
Yes.
And this is new for me. So I'm trying out to see which watch party on Facebook is going to give me the most viewership. So today was on the fan page. Next week, I'll try the personal page. Hey, you never know. Maybe my friends and family mean more in these times.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. All right. I appreciate you joining us. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back right after this. You're watching Liquid Lunch. Zen Sams joins us from Canada. Frank joins us from Mid-Island, Staten Island. And we're all celebrating National Pizza Party Day. We're going to take a quick break and come back, update you on the markets, the news, everything else that's going on. And George Santos is going to join us. He's a Republican candidate for Congress in New York's 3rd Congressional District. He had coronavirus, and he's recovered from it. We'll talk to him about how that experience was and his campaign right after this.